Yeah, what I have done sometimes is just have the manufacturer get the package to protect the product and send it to me, and then I come back with what I want on the package. I don't really create the package, but I want, as you're talking about the customer experience, explaining what to do. And some countries, aren't really Americanized as far as the copy goes, and so I found. And I mean, it doesn't cost you anymore. You just furnish the graphics and they put it on the package. But I do like having control over the graphics, um, and
Yeah.
I saw you can really overprice your packaging pretty easily. And I found the manufacturers are much better than I am. So anyway, when you're talking about we're talking about a new inventor and the steps he's going to take on manufacturing, what do you think are the most common obstacles he runs into or she runs into, and how do they overcome, what are some strategies for overcoming those obstacles?
Well, I think the first thing that many inventors run into is just knowledge and resources, right? You have this idea and you aren't really sure how to make it happen. And so what I see, even in our Alamo Inventors group, is that a lot of people sit on their ideas for years and years because they try and find someone who has all the answers. And that someone who has all the answers is way too expensive, doesn't really get it, right? Or they paid them a bunch of money and they didn't deliver, right? So I think that that's the biggest obstacle. And how can you overcome that obstacle? It's just, get out there and connect with other inventors, find resources. In my course, I teach this step by step, and we call it DIY prototyping. It's like, you should understand as much as you can, even if you're not an engineer, you can still literally take paper and tape and, put something together and go, okay, this is how big this needs to be. You can get on YouTube and research, how something is made and how different materials you could use. Like, you really need to become a student of your own product. And I think that that grit is what will separate the people that have an idea and want to do something about it, but are afraid to try to DIY anything, from those people that are just going to sit on their idea and regret that they never did anything with it. So I think it's very important. Knowledge is the biggest obstacle, and just fear of failure. Everybody's afraid of a failure or afraid of somebody stealing their idea. And it's like, for me, the biggest thing that drove me to continue, despite all the obstacles I ran into along the way, was that I knew that I would regret it for the rest of my life if I never brought this product to market. And I knew that I did not ever want to scoop a litter box again. So I was like, I got to get this thing to market, and that, was a great journey to be on, but it was hard. It was a hard journey. So I would say knowledge is the biggest thing, and don't be afraid to reach out, connect with others, and try things. Don't be afraid to fail. Every single success story that's out there had a million failures along the way, but you just see the end result. You don't see all the times, that they ran into problems along the way. So
Right.
That's what I would say.
It rarely goes smoothly. I like to recommend Make Magazine because it does. They make this is for your real first prototypes or models. Just real rough copies because first of all, it helps you just see what flaws might be in your ideas, but also it's something you can use and show other people, and get feedback. I've always liked taking a rough prototype or a picture and then have 2 or 3 competitive products and just ask people, which one do you like best? And of course, not everyone's going to like your product best, but if you have like 30-40% of the people liking your product best, hey, that's something.
Yeah, Don, along that line, I think now we have AI, and the AI image, this is something I've been speaking on stages around the world about this lately. It's been the hot topic, and I've started developing products utilizing AI and AI image generation. And what's so cool about that now is in the past, we used to have to try to make a mock-up using Photoshop or whatever we could try to do, or we had to 3D print something and take a picture of it. Now I can literally just describe my idea into an AI image generation tool, and it will create an image of a product that doesn't even exist. And I can then take that and put it in a poll with other products that are like it and ask an audience, like, which one would you buy? So now product development costs have really, prototyping costs have really come down because you can literally create a mock-up in seconds, an image of a product in seconds with a simple prompt.
Do you have a product, an AI product you like using?
I love Midjourney.
What was that again?
Midjourney. It's an AI image generation tool. Yes, and I've also used Adobe's Firefly. We've actually created some products already with AI and have launched them on the market. And it's been a really cool, exciting journey.
Well, that's great. Before we wrap up here, did you want to give more information about how people could sign up for your course?
Yeah, sure. My whole course library it's a 60-hour graduate level course, and you can actually access it for only $99. My mission is to help as many people as possible get their products to market, get their ideas to market, but do it with confidence, which means they understand how to validate their ideas and they have the resources necessary to source their products, to prototype their products, to get from concept to launch. And you guys can head over to amazingathome.com. That is my website. And you can click on the mastermind header on the menu. And that is where you can access the whole course library, and you can be part of our community. We meet twice a month as a group and, help each other with our ideas and our businesses. And you'll have access to the whole course library as well. And you can also book a call with me there if you ever need help with developing an idea, learning how to use AI, that kind of stuff. You can head over to amazingathome.com and book a call with me as well.
Okay, I had a question here from somebody. Can you share a success story of a brand or entrepreneur you worked with their Amazing at Home e-commerce consulting?
Yes, well, we have helped thousands of brands over the years here launch, and we actually feature them on a story called Seller Portrait that is in our blog on our website. So one recent inventor that we helped is her name is Karen, and she actually launched a really cool wearable blanket. And that's a very competitive category, but she had a really unique patented design, and she followed every step in our process. And she launched this product and is now in one of the top sellers of this type of product, and is also one of the top sellers of gifts on Amazon. And she's really grown this brand, and she just launched a children's line. And she, did a really great amount her very first year. We've also helped people develop, we had another client that developed a unique funeral products that are now distributed all around the world. Story after story, but you guys can check out that Seller Portrait blog on our website to learn more about some of our success stories.
Yeah, I'd just like to throw in a little plug here for pet products. You mentioned about the kitty litter box, but I worked with the inventor who came up with the cat fountain. So her cat would only drink out of the faucet. She wouldn't drink out of bowls. So she bought an aquarium pump and pumped water up, and it just flowed down the fountain. And this was about 10 years ago, but that product is everywhere. I mean, I'm shocked at how popular it is, but the pet industry is changing so fast. People are spending so much money on their pets, and a lot of people, they don't have as many children now, but they have pets and they devote just as much money to them. So the pet market has always been ripe for new inventions. So if you have a good product for the pets, and cost seems to be no object. I was I was on an airplane and there was this couple here and they were going to Hawaii for a month and they took their 2 dogs, and they had to be and they were big dogs in kennels. And I said, whoa, this isn't what I used to do with our pets. But anyway.
Yeah, I've really
But
enjoyed having a pet brand myself and connecting with other pet owners. And, we're not really pet owners. The pets really own us. That's kind of how it works.
yeah.
But, but it's been fun.
Well, Amy, thanks so much for all your time and your insights. And it's really been great. You have any last comments?
No, thank you so much for having me on, Dawn. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to connecting with all of the inventors and brand owners in the world. You guys definitely, can follow me online, Amy WEES or Amazing at Home on any of the channels. I've got a YouTube channel with lots of information out there. And if you guys are interested in coming on any of our upcoming sourcing trips to Mexico or China, you can just head on over to amazingathome.com and reach out to us anytime. We'd love to hear from you and join our community of entrepreneurs who are getting things done.
I'd just like to comment too, we've talked a lot about inventors, but this whole issue of overseas manufacturing applies to a lot of manufacturing companies too. And smaller companies, who've had a small volume production, they're looking to expand their production and get larger. And then they need, better costs and things like that, or they're, and I know on my LinkedIn site, I have an awful lot of people who are manufacturers, versus inventors, and they already have product lines. But, Amy is here too for you, and she'll take, I think she's probably more applicable because you have bigger volumes that you can afford to pay some of these fees too. So you keep in touch with Amy also. Okay, Amy, well, thank you very much. And I guess we'll sign off now.
Thanks, Don.
Okay.